Petit Planet, okay. This is HoYo versus new Gacha game. Not to be confused with their new Honkai Nexus Anima, which is the game that is potentially going to be targeted by Nintendo for including features that infringe on Nintendo's patents. So this is the Animal Crossing adjacent gacha, the gacha game that's going to charge you hundreds of dollars for a couch. That's a game. It's definitely a game. And you know what? After seeing Honkai Nexus Anima, I was not at all impressed. I thought it looked really early in terms of development. I thought the animations were very clunky, especially when you compare it to ZZZ and Honkai Star Rail. I'm hoping Petit Planet is different. Pre-registration and beta signups for Petit Planet are open. I'm assuming that means they're going to be holding a beta very soon. I'm also assuming they are going to be sponsoring content creators for the beta as well. Let's go ahead, I guess, and look at the trailer. It's 2.5 minutes long. This is their cozy game, since they need one. Every studio... Can you actually go to the different worlds? That would be really cool, chat. Little cozy... Little girl plays, what's up? The cozy buzzword? Yeah, yeah. Cozy. I can definitely see the Animal Crossing inspiration. I'm gonna be honest, that actually looks super cute. The Rule 34 content for this game is gonna be insane. And it's gonna be so disturbing, chat. The Rule 34 of like that big dog guy and the bunny girl and like the dog girls and the, you know, the wolf men and the wolf girls and the deer woman and the gazelle man, and y'all know what's gonna happen. yeah, there's gonna be like a pig that's gonna oink and squeal. I mean, you know, in a cozy way, of course. Dude, you actually get to go to different worlds. That's sick. It'll be traumatizing. It will be. But you know what's gonna happen. It's a HoYo game. And you've seen it with the furries in ZZZ, right? So it's happening. Oh, that was cute. Dude, that's a lot of players. Holy crap, the multiplayer is gonna go hard. This actually, okay, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm not gonna lie, this actually looks kind of good. Those look super cute. Okay, I did not like Honkai Nexus Anima, the look of it, because I thought it looked really low effort and low quality, which, you know, they might be able to improve, but this actually looks very cute. All the houses together like that, like you can actually build an entire community. That looks so cool. Like the potential for this game is huge. This could entirely eclipse Animal Crossing. And this is a large market too to pull from, because there are a lot of Animal Crossing players and fans. That looks better than Nexus Anima. I think so too. Yeah. New Mrs. Stix game. She actually doesn't like Animal Crossing. Can't call a gacha game a cozy game. Infinity Nikki used to call itself the coziest game in the world, but it's a gacha game. It wasn't anything but cozy. They also changed it from being a cozy game. Yeah, they removed that term. You don't play this with your boyfriend? Your best friend? BFF? Yeah. Looks better than Animal Crossing. It actually does. No, it looks really high quality. No, it looks really cute and very high quality. Like, you compare this up against to Nexus Anima, and you're like, evidently there's a different level of talent involved. Nexus Anima looks like a dumbed down, really low quality version of ZZZ and Honkai Star Rail, but in like a more open world. This is its own unique thing that is completely different and separate from the animation style, the animation quality, and the style of gameplay than anything HoYo has done up until this point. So I think this looks so good, and this probably has the largest potential to be a breakout hit, because this is an untapped market. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. This is probably going to appeal to guys that want this kind of, you know, I don't know, social life sim gacha, but to also the girls who want to be able to populate a world, to stylize their houses and their towns, their neighborhoods, and to also dress up their characters, create designs. It's going to appeal to, you know, the demographic that Infinity Nikki appeals to, that Stardew Valley appeals to, that Animal Crossing appeals to, and most of that is largely uncontested in the genre right now. Like there is a very, very large market for it because so few games actually appeal to them. It's for girls and kids. Yeah. Kind of game is only either Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, so the market's not very saturated. Exactly. There aren't any gacha games that actually, you know, provide what that market wants. You would play this if you were 8 to 12. I'm gonna play it though. I will give it my best one too. I will stream me playing it, then I'll do a dedicated video on it. And if I actually enjoy it, I'll continue playing it. Is it for me? I'm not overly fond of Animal Crossing. I played it a while ago, but Tom Nook, he bugged me. And a stupid little mole that would constantly come out of the ground every time you closed out of the game. Like, dude, so we get this, but not Dokkaebi. Dude, Dokkaebi, we actually talked to we talked to Pearl Abyss at the Crimson Desert booth in Germany at Gamescom, and they told us, they confirmed Dokkaebi is still coming. They said their focus is on Crimson Desert. After that releases, they're gonna refocus themselves on a Dokkaebi. I'll wait for Stix to play it first. There you go. Probably avoid this one. Totally fine. You're gonna play every day. Dokkaebi is still coming. Yes. They told us at the Crimson Desert booth that it is still coming, but it's probably gonna have undergone quite a significant overhaul since they announced it, because it's gonna be years and years later. Spending $600 for chair. Yeah, exactly. There's you're gonna, the gacha's got to be like 90 to hit the 50-50 for a chair, and then 180 to hit the 50-50 the hard pity for a chair. And it's gonna cost you like $500 for a chair, $500 for a table, $500 for a curtain. But the game actually looks cool. It actually really genuinely does look cool. And pre-registration is open for those of you that are interested in playing the game. Here are some characters. She's adorable. Holy fuck. She is horrifying. Who conceptualized that, chat? That is horrifying. That is the genuine stuff of nightmares. Oh my god. Okay, she's also really cute. Okay, so the character models are very, very cute. Make your planet your canvas. Decorate the sky. Okay, that's interesting. The coast and the land as you wish. That's very cool. Furry gamers, yeah. Don't underestimate the fashion gamers, yeah, for sure. Let curiosity be your compass. Beachcomb, farm, fish, discover what the world has to offer. That's kind of cool. Every day is filled with warmth and floof. Lots of floof. Enrich your life with fuzzy neighbors full of floof. Wander where wonder leads. Explore the Star Sea to experience beautiful encounters and surprises. And you know what you might encounter along the way? I actually forget what the name of it was. The Something Express from that the Trailblazer is a part of from Honkai Star Rail. Yeah, there'll probably be a crossover there. Chat, chill, create, and laugh together. Let friendship bloom at the Galactic Bazaar. There you go. Multiplayer functionality. Stellar Express. There we go. I'm not a furry, so this one's a skip for me. Totally fine. The Astral Express. There. Yeah, not Stellar. What? Star Rail Express. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Yeah. That's really cool. And then there's this. HoYo might try to include AI-generated NPC dialogue in Petite Planet. So, hear me out. I'm not a fan of anything AI-related, but if there is one thing that bothers me the least in terms of AI-generated content, it is pertaining to, I think, like, the evolution of character, like NPC personalities and dialogue options. So I never want to see it happen in games, but if it has to happen, then as long as they set like limitations on what the characters could say and how their personalities evolve, I think that could make for some very fun, humorous interactions with characters. Like you have an NPC, like all the NPCs have a personality, And as long as you put limiters on their personality so they don't diverge from that personality trait, it'll mean that every player's world is different. So AI NPC interaction features used only to simulate actions and performances of NPCs in game and generate dialogue response according to the game environment, player actions, and or their input. Due to characteristics of AI generation technology, said feature is relying on HoYo cannot guarantee any of the following. So it's a potential. So I only care about NPCs being voiced by AI. I don't think they're going to be voiced by AI. I think this is just pertaining to like some of the text that they have as a reply. AI is only bad when it's used to cut corners. So again, I don't like AI. I would prefer they don't do this, but if they're gonna use AI for anything, this is arguably the least concerning. Again, like I don't support it, but like at the same time, I've seen in Where Winds Meet and in Sword of Justice that AI generated dialogue can make for some interesting interactions, right? Because you're like, they come over to like, hey Stix, you know, my wife, she cheated on me. And I'm like, well, maybe it's because you have a small dick. And then he goes, oh, okay, that's good to know. So then you come back to him a day later and he's like, hey, so I went and got penis enlargement surgery. And you're like, cool, I hope it helped. And he's like, yeah, well, we'll find out. Then come up the next day and he's like, I got a new girlfriend and she wouldn't stop, you know, talking positively about my new penis size. And you're like, well, good for you. Are you sure it's a woman? And then he's like, that's a good question. He comes back the next day and he's like, so I had to talk to her and it turns out she's not. She has a bigger penis than I do. And you're like, well, great. And then, you know, the conversations evolve like that. Those make for some hilarious interactions. There was another one in Sword of Justice that the devs were talking about how some guy got cheated on in his marriage and you came back and then you had this big conversation with him and the story like evolved over a week-long period. And after like a week, he got into like, he confronted his wife and he got into a relationship with a new person. And that was a direct result of what you were telling him to do. But someone else did the same thing and the complete, like the ending was completely different. So in those instances, I think it can be very fun and very funny to see what happens. What are you listening to? I'm just giving you guys a little bit of, you know, insight into how AI-generated NPC dialogue works. Common Stix W commentary. I'm just saying this actually, like, I'm not kidding. I wish I were. I wish I were. This is legit something that can happen in the game. Why does it always talk about weird stuff when I come in? What do you mean? How was it weird, dude? Sounds cool. Sounds great. Yeah. I don't know if I'm sold or even more concerned. I think it has the potential to be hilarious. I think if it's done well, it could be really, really, really fun. But yeah, that again, that's the least concern I have for AI usage. Anime when your parents walk in type moment. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like the story of his life. That's his Asian part. Okay, but all in all, I think this is actually a hidden gem from HoYo. So, like, when Genshin released, it was really good. And then it just kind of, like, became stagnant, ordinary, generic. Honkai Star Rail release was so freaking good. And then it just kind of became less good, but it's still kind of good. Zenless released, and it really wasn't that good, but then got really good. And then became, like, the game that everyone talks about when they're referencing HoYo quality. I think Honkai no Susanoo is going to be another but then Petit Planet's going to come out and actually be a huge banger, like a breakout hit for them. And I really do think this is going to be very cool. As long as it's not environment or character creation AI isn't too bad. Yeah, like I said, like that is the least concern I have. Nicely put, thank you. Thank you. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.